Hello, I want to give you a quick demo today of creating a new Vault Store and a new Vault Store partition in Enterprise Vault. This is an overview of some of the things that you do with Enterprise Vault storage and is the first video in a 5-part series of videos covering some of the different aspects that you'll encounter. So in this video we'll create a new Vault Store and a new Vault Store partition. So first of all, let's talk about creating a new Vault Store. Now you might do this when you want to segregate archives, for example for different geographies or different departments. And it can also be when you just want to split this out onto a different SQL server. Perhaps your current SQL server is reaching its capacity. So first of all, let's see how we create the new Vault Store. The first thing that we need to do is navigate down through the Vault Admin console, through the directory, then the site, then the Vault Store group. And underneath here you can see I've got 2 Vault Store groups and a couple of Vault Stores as well. So if we want to create a new Vault Store in this Vault Store group, we right click on the Vault Store group and choose New Vault Store. This launches the new Vault Store wizard, which we'll now walk through. Each Vault Store in the directory has to have a unique name and an optional description, so let's enter that first. Now we have to indicate which SQL server we want to host the database on. In some organisations, this is the opportunity to have the Vault Store databases on different SQL servers to the directory database. In my environment now, it's all on the same shared SQL server. On this next page of the wizard, we have to give the actual location on the SQL server where we want to create the database. I'm just going to leave that here at the defaults. We then have to choose what we want to do with regards to safety copies. This setting is used to decide when to remove the original item from a mailbox, for example. For full protection, you would set this to after backup of the save set. The other options are shown here. They are immediately after archive and after backup brackets immediate for journaling. I'm going to set mine to immediately after archive for this demo. Now we click on Next, and this gives us a summary of information, and now when we click on Next, the Vault Store will actually be created for us. And now we'll go into the next section of creating a Vault Store partition. Now you might want to create a new partition when you want to spread archive data across storage media. Here we're at the start of the new Vault Store partition wizard because that runs on from the end of the Vault Store wizard, but you can also manually launch it as follows. Click on the Vault Store, right click, do New Partition. That launches the same wizard, which we'll walk through now. The first thing that we need here is a unique name and optional description. And notice at the bottom of this page we can set what state we want to create the partition in. Because this is the first partition in the Vault Store, the state is defaulting to open. We can choose ready or closed though, if we wish. If we decide to implement partition rollover, we would create a series of partitions and put them in the ready state. We'll see how to do that in the second video in this series. On the next part of the wizard, we must indicate where the partition will reside. I'm going to keep the default here of NTFS volume. Some of the other storage options will be discussed in the third video. Now I choose where the volume will reside. I'm going to choose my E drive, and then we get the chance to enter the full path to where we want the partition to live. One of the key things is that Enterprise Vault will try a connectivity test, which is essentially a ping test between the server and the storage location. It's just to indicate whether or not the storage is going to be accessible. You can opt not to run the test, but Enterprise Vault will keep asking you. Partition rollover is the next optional part of the setup. I'm not going to cover that in this video, I'll save that for the second video in the series. On the next part of the wizard, we have the option to create ACLs. This helps secure the data on the location we specified, and I'm going to leave that checked. The next page asks us to choose to use the archive bit or a trigger file to indicate whether or not items have been backed up. The trigger file is used for certain media types, but for now we'll just choose the default of the archive attribute on the file. The options here will be covered in more detail in the fourth video in the series. The last part of the wizard gives us the choice to decide whether we want to set up collections or not. This again is a more advanced topic, and we'll opt for now not to set that up. We'll discuss that again in the fifth video. The wizard will now proceed to create the partition for us. And afterwards, here we see it on disk. It's just an empty folder at the moment with a single file and Enterprise Vault puts there because we've not yet archived anything to this location. So in summary then, we would create a new Vault store to segregate archives. Effectively, it's just a SQL database. We can create new Vault store partitions to spread out our archived data. The actual archived items are stored here. And having remote storage to the EV server has advantages for certain disaster recovery scenarios. I hope that showing you how to create a new Vault store and a new Vault store partition is useful to you. Thank you. Bye bye.